Welcome everybody to the Single and Stiletto Show. I'm Suzanne Oshima and I'm a matchmaker and dating coach at Dream Bachelor and Bachelorette, and I'm also the founder of Single and Stilettos. Today we have on our show PJ Dixon, and he's a life, love, and relationship coach at PJ's Wisdom. And I'm so excited to have him here today because number one, he's so inspirational, but number two, he's going to be telling you the 5 things men find beautiful in a woman. But before we jump into it, PJ, I would love for you to tell our audience a little bit about you and how you became a life, love, and relationship coach.
Perfect. Thank you. I appreciate it. I have been a motivational speaker since I was 7 years old, and I've always been the one that my friends and family turn to for relationship advice and how to attract a man, how to attract a woman, how to fix the situation if they've had problems. And as I grew and matured, my business coach identified that this was one of the qualities that I carried, and he suggested, why are you not making your business about love? And I said, I want to, I don't know how. And that's one of the benefits of having a business coach, right? For him to be able to see the spots that I don't see and guide me in the direction that really revealed my natural skill sets.
Well, and I'm so happy that you discovered that because I think you're an amazing coach and you're so inspirational.
Thank you.
And today you're going to tell us the 5 things men find beautiful in a woman. So tell us your first thing.
Number one is your softness and your sense of femininity. Men typically go through the world efforting and pushing and using their muscles. And so the softness and the femininity of a woman draws us in. The softness because everything in our world, everything that we often respond to the world in this kind of hard fashion. So the softness gives us a place to almost rest. And the femininity is, it's something that allows our natural masculine to come out. It gives us that sense and that want and that desire to protect and to serve and to provide for you. And that makes us feel like we're actually really good men. So when you're in your feminine and you create that space for us to enter your life and protect and serve, we find that beautiful. We find that beautiful through this amazing sense of appreciation also, that we get to be who we want to be, who we naturally are, that masculine, because you yourself are in that feminine. And I know that you're only in that feminine when your man is masculine. So sometimes lead us a little bit and we will be attracted to you even more.
Awesome. So what's your second tip?
My second tip. I love kindness, and it's not just me, but men in general love kindness because when a woman is kind, it says that you're accessible. And when you're accessible, it means that we can come up and talk to you. And if we find you beautiful, we're often afraid to come up and talk to you because we're afraid of rejection. And ladies, you've probably heard Suzanne talk about this over and over and over. Sometimes it helps for you to create the scenario and the setting for a man to come up to you. And if you're just simply kind to everybody, then all of a sudden he feels like, wow, then you'll probably be kind to him too. And so he's able to see the authentic beauty and not see the physical beauty only, but see the authentic, deep personality beauty. And that's what really draws him in, right? Initially, we're attracted to physicality, but what keeps us is the fact that your heart is so amazing and that loving kindness draws us in.
Exactly. It's what I always say is physical attraction. Well, I forgot it. It will attract a man first, and then what will keep him is what's on the inside.
Yes. So. Amen, sister.
So what's your third tip?
Men are definitely motivated by their olfactory senses, their sense of smell. Ladies, men love the way you smell, especially like vanilla perfume. And I forget what the other perfume is. Do you remember what it was? You and I talked about it one time?
Yeah, I actually interviewed a fragrance expert, and she said that men are attracted to 2 scents, and it's cinnamon and it's vanilla.
I was going to say cinnamon because it's my favorite spice,
See?
my favorit.
Yeah.
I was like, no, is that right? I think that's wrong. So I totally forgot. And I should have gone with it because I was thinking cinnamon scented vanilla. That sounds delicious to me.
Yep.
So this sense of smell, right? One of the most beautiful things, one of the most sensual things about a woman is when she walks by and we can smell you. And 20 feet later, as you're continuing to move, I can still smell you. That touches us inside. It's not just something that our eyes are taking in, but it's something that's primal to us. We're drawn to that. And so that allows us to find something beyond just your physicality beautiful, but something about your essence, because we can't see smell. It's this thing that we can't really touch, but we can bring it inside of us, and it moves us, it touches our heart and draws us, creates this attraction that wants us to chase you down. I love that about women. It's one of my favorite things about women is when I can smell you even after you've walked beyond.
That is so true.
Mm-hmm.
And scent is everything.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your next tip?
Protect us from ourselves, right? We think all the time that men want to be the protector, which is true. But one of the things that's important for you to realize, and you probably already know this, is men do not like to be vulnerable. We do not like to be weak. So protect us from ourselves. If you see that something is going on and you can enter our space because we trust you enough, and you can touch our face and look in our eyes, right? Or stand close enough that you can touch our chest with both hands and be face to face with us and look in our eyes, let us know that you believe in us. Let us know that you trust us. Let us know that you absolutely know that we can do whatever it is that we set our mind to. Have that faith in us that we don't necessarily have in ourselves. We probably aren't going to come to you and say, hey, I've got an issue, I've got a problem, something's going on at work, I don't feel very confident. We're probably not going to say that. We're probably just going to act out. So it's often really helpful if you can see that and be aware and come into our space and touch us in a way that says you love us, and that you feel comfortable with us, that you feel safe with us, and that you believe in us. We need to know that you believe in us, because when you believe in us, it makes us want to perform at a higher level. So hold that standard for us so that we can be the best man for you. This is a partnership, ladies. This isn't just one way.
That's
we need
so
to be
true.
nurtured.
And
so
I
we can nurture you.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
And I just have to add to that, because I do know that it is very hard for men to be vulnerable, because they are, the strong guy, and they want to be that man, the rock that we all come to. And so it's hard for them to be vulnerable when they're having a hard time. I just want to point out to ladies, because this is so important to tag team on to what PJ said, was that, ladies, it's also really important that you never use whatever he shares with you against him, because otherwise, if you do that, he will shut down and he will never be vulnerable with you again. So he needs to know, like PJ said, he's in a safe space.
And to add to that, there's also this sense of loyalty. If you were with a bunch of your friends and somebody's like teasing him and picking on him and all of that, and everybody understands it's like a joke, right? And nobody's getting hurt. It's always beautiful to know that you're there for him. So it's okay to like defend him a little bit, or say, I like that about him. Just something that lets him know that no matter how much they're teasing, you still love him despite that teasing, or you love that part of him that they're teasing him about. So he knows that he's still safe with you, that he still looks good in your eyes.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then my last tip is, we love it when you laugh and you are carefree. You are the most remarkable creature on this planet. There's nothing more attractive to a man than a beautiful woman. And one of the things that makes you so beautiful is your inherent natural nature to be sensual. And by sensual, again, I'm not trying to be sexual. I'm saying your ability to smell, taste, hear, feel, sense, experience the world much more deeply, much more intimately than we do. We don't do that. When we eat, we gulp and we swallow, and we often don't even taste it, right? Do we smell the flowers? If we do, it's like it passes and then we're on to something else. Do we feel the texture of things? Often not, because we're like manhandling and grape aping everything and throwing things around, and so when you are in this state of laughter and carefree, and you don't have all these problems and all these stresses in life, and you're literally just drinking in life as if everything is pouring into you, sights, smells, sounds, laughter, good friendships, connections, love. When you're in this carefree state and you're not carrying any burdens and stress, because we feel like we carry burdens and stress all day long, that's what we do. That's what we're designed to do. We're the physical workhorse. When we come home to you, or when we're out with you, and there's this sense of carefree and ease and laughter, wow, you're remarkably beautiful, because you're unlike anybody else in our life. And we find that we just desperately want to be with you. And I love that about you.
Aw, that was so sweet. Well, that's the best tip to end on.
Aw, yeah, I love it.
So, PJ, tell our audience how they can find you.
Perfect. You can find me at engagedin1year.com. Engaged in one O-N-E year.com, and you'll find some juicy, delicious videos on how to find, attract, and keep the man of your dreams.
Awesome. Well, thanks to PJ for joining us on the Single and Stiletto Show.
It's absolutely my honor. I love you a ton. Bye, ladies. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody, for joining us on the Single and Stiletto Show. Our show is available both in video format and podcast format. If you'd like to view the videos, go to singleandstilettos.com. If you'd like to get the podcast, you can download it from iTunes. If you'd like to get our free ebook on the 3 secrets guaranteed to attract any man based on scientific research, just click right here on the video or go to singleandstilettos.com.